welcome to Slider Games and another Warhammer 40,000 battle report. Today, we are back on the planet Alan's Respite, a former Imperial world that was won to the T'au Empire through diplomacy and not violence. So that's a pretty unique scenario in this day and age, the 41st millennium. But unfortunately for the T'au, the Dark Angels took offense to that, and they have come. They've actually already been here. They landed and attacked when both of Sunar's, my custom T'au Sept's commanders, were off-world prosecuting the greater good. And my Ethereal Aun Lee was left in charge of defending the planet. But his forces, Aun Lee's forces, were pushed back in the prior engagement, and they've regrouped in this industrial complex. They've set up some of these barricades along the roads to kind of slow down the speed of the Dark Angels, which is what really took advantage of them last time. So today, in this Dark Angels versus T'au battle report, it's 1,500 points. We're playing Tempest of War. We get it pretty simple today, just to take and hold. So that's your general. You get 5 points for controlling one or more objective, 5 more for 2 or more objectives, and then 5 if you control more objectives than your opponent. And then we have this diagonal sweeping engagement. We've actually rolled off for that. The Dark Angels are down here, and the T'au will be up in that opposite corner, defending this facility and awaiting reinforcements from the off-world T'au, and in control again of the Dark Angels. Austin.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, terrific, terrific. Excited to...
I was talking to the viewer, actually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. So yeah, Dark Angels. Why are they here? It seems mysterious.
I don't know. We hear rumors of like a guy running around in black armor, and we're a little curious.
Yes, rumors floating about that perhaps the Fallen were involved in giving this world over to the T'au. But let's take a look at the armies. This is 1,500 points exactly of my custom T'au Sept Sunars. We do follow the T'au Sept tenets, which means we get +3 inches on all of our auras and ranged abilities, as well as we get to reroll a single hit roll or wound roll every time we attack. I have 3 HQs leading the way today. Up front, we'll start with Commander Skyfire. She is our warlord today. She has been called in a plea when across the cadre net for reinforcements, and she is the first to arrive. She's got 3 fusion blasters and a pulse rifle, and she's accompanied by 2 gun drones. Her warlord trait is Exemplar of the Mont Ka, which lets her choose a unit in the command phase, and they can reroll all wound rolls. Next to her is Ethereal Aun Lee. He was in charge of the planet, and he is the one that sent out the call for help. He has our relic, the Humble Stave, which allows him to invoke 2 powers, sort of invocation of the elements. And then he's accompanied by 2 marker drones. Behind them we have 3 squads of fire warriors with 2 gun drones each. Then back here we've got our squad of pathfinders for our main marker light support. They are accompanied by 5 drones today. 2 gun drones, pulse accelerator drone for AP, grav inhibitor drone which reduces charges against their unit by 2 inches, and a recon drone which allows them to ignore cover saves if they're targeting something within 18 inches. Next to them, we've got a squad of 5 stealth suits. The Shaw's Ray has a fusion blaster. The other 4 have burst cannons, and they are accompanied by a gun drone and a shield drone, so mixed it up a little bit with them. And then next to them in heavy support is a broadside with a heavy rail rifle, smart missiles, and stabilizing optics, so he can move and fire without a penalty, as well as fire into combat without a penalty. And then he's got 2 shield drones with him. And then accompanying Commander Skyfire, we've got 3 crisis suits with 2 fusion blasters and a missile pod each. And then they've got 4 gun drones and 2 shield drones accompanying them. So a lot of protection for them as they come in out of Manta Hold. Then we've got a Devilfish with smart missiles. And finally, our last HQ is Longstrike, who in my army is just a tank ace. He's got the ion cannon and smart missile system. So that is the army, 1,500 points exactly. Coming in here. So this is the remnants of the forces who fell back into this facility, and then the reinforcements Skyfire is bringing in mid-battle. But let's take a look at the Dark Angels. Here are the Dark Angels, 1,500 points exactly as well. What do we got going on here?
Alright, so I've got a battalion detachment. Leading the detachment, I have 2 HQs. We have my Primaris captain there. He has a master-crafted bolt rifle and a master-crafted power sword. And then moving on to the other HQ, we have a Ravenwing Talon Master. He is my warlord. He is taking the warlord trait, Master of Maneuver, so I can fall back, shoot, and charge in the same turn.
Awesome.
And then also he is taking the relic Arbiter's Gaze, which allows me to always have a ballistic skill of 2 up, including during Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Overwatch bonus will come into play, but fighting T'au, but yeah, otherwise that's pretty sweet.
And then for troop choices, we have 3 intercessor squads. The sergeants do have chain swords. Sergeants and squads are, this one's got red pauldrons, this one has regular pauldrons, and then this one is the pointy guy. Other than that, they have regular bolt rifles.
Cool.
Moving on to elites, we have a 5-man scout squad with all sniper rifles and camo cloaks.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a Redemptor Dreadnought with a heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, a flamer, 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers, and an Icarus rocket pod, because
nice.
I had 5 extra points.
Yeah.
And then fast attack, we have a 3-man plasma and scepter squad.
Sweet.
And in heavies, heavy support, we have a 5-man Hellblaster squad. They will be taking the heavy plasma incinerators. And last but not least, we have the humble, or not so humble, repulsor. It's got, see if I can remember it all here. Dual las talon, or whatever it's called, just 2 las cannons. A heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, a iron hail heavy stubber. It's got 5 Fragstorm grenade launchers, 2 Crackstorm grenade launchers, 2 Crackstorm missile launchers, a Hunter Slayer missile, and I believe I'm missing 1 gun, but
a lot of guns.
It might have another stubber or something like that.
Mini guns, and it can transport 10 models. So.
Yeah, 10 models, or Gravis take up 2 models, but I don't have any Gravis.
So. Awesome. Very cool. So these guys are here to cleanse the Xenos from this planet and figure out exactly what happened and why it was handed over to the T'au peacefully. But let's take a look at deployment. Deployment is complete. So the T'au, like I mentioned in the opening, are down here. I will go over the objectives because I forgot to do that. There's one on this platform, one here by this bowl of soup, one right up here in the center under these stealth suits, one down here, and then finally one back on the platform covered by the intercessor squad. So yeah, for the T'au, we are back here in our back corner, covering our objective with a strike team ready to move up. I measured it up, so if they move regular distance, even without an advance, they would be, a couple of them would be in range of that objective. They're being backed up by Ethereal Aun Lee. And then we have our tank ace back here, broadside. The Pathfinders up front, they get a pre-game 7-inch move, so they can move forward or back, depending on who goes first. And then I did forward deploy the stealth team up here on the objective. I actually was considering putting them down here to try to hide them a little bit. But they get +2 to their armor save in cover, and they're -1 to hit, so I feel like it's safer for them down here. Plus, the enemy warlord could, if they went first, just fly over here and slaughter them anyway, so I might as well be on the objective and already in cover. And then finally, we've got our Devilfish with a squad of Fire Warriors in it down here, ready to unload some passengers onto this objective. And then Commander Skyfire and the other Crisis team, they're coming in out of Mantlehold for Deep Strike Reserve as they hear Aun Lee's call and rush in to lend some aid. So tell me about the Dark Angels deployment.
Well, I put my repulsor on this side to kind of do some flanking from over here. Put my Talon Master here so he can kind of just go wherever he needs to be. He has a 21-inch movement turn 1 before advancing. Yeah. So he has board control. I put my put my plasma incinerators there. These two guys are on the staircase. They couldn't be there.
Yeah, wobbly model and all that jazz.
My Warlord's rocking with them to give them a, reroll hit rolls and one. And then I've got a scout squad up here ready to take out that Ethereal with some good rolls, hopefully.
Yeah, I thought I hit him there, behind the crates, and then they can forward deploy. So they've got line of sight on my Ethereal already.
And then behind them is my Redemptor Dreadnought ready to take care of this flank all by himself.
Yeah. And then, the other two Intercessor squads, we have one up here, and then the other two are in the tank. And then, what are the flying guys called?
Oh, Inceptors.
Inceptors. They are in Deep Strike. So, basically, I wanted to use those containers as, line of sight blocking to hide myself a little bit if I didn't get turn one. And there is a lot of line of sight blocking going on this map. So, they're relatively safe. The sniper fire can affect my character back there, though. But that's the deployment. The T'au have sort of fallen back in here, taken this as like a defensive refuge from the onslaught of the Dark Angels as they press the attack forward, and we're waiting to spring our trap whenever the reinforcements arrive from Deep Strike. So that is the story so far, but we need to roll off to see who goes first. And Tempest of War is matched play, so whoever wins must go first.
Oh, no, you can choose.
I'm pretty sure it says in there you have to go first for this because it is matched play, technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll let you roll first, sir.
Ah.
Off the board. Auspicious start. A 3. And a 2.
Go.
All right. It is Dark Angels. Turn 1. We have drawn the objectives for the Dark Angels. Actually, I already spent a command point to reject Storm Hostile Objective. Just wasn't really doable right now. But bring it down. Kill the model with the highest wounds characteristic, which is my tank ace. So if he dies, Dark Angels get 5 points. Grind them down. If the Dark Angels can kill more units than the T'au, they get 5 points. And then finally, extend battle lines. This secondary mission is achieved at the end of your turn if you control the objective marker in your own deployment zone, and you also control one or more objective markers in no man's land. So those are the objectives for the Dark Angels in turn 1. Movement has concluded for the Dark Angels. I'll note, I did have a couple pregame moves. The Pathfinders were up here. They shifted back to get some better cover. And then my Devilfish, since I have selected Mont Ka, got a 9-inch pregame move, so he jumped over here to get behind this line of sight blocking terrain to protect him. The tank came up, so it can shoot up top with its smaller guns. Las cannons can draw sight down here. And Warlord, what's this thing called again?
Talon Master.
Talon Master. He zipped straight up here. He can fly us on this objective. So at the end of the Dark Angels' turn, they will get at least 5 points because they control an objective in no man's land and the one way in the back there. And then the heavy plasma incinerators.
Heavy plasma incinerators.
Yeah, those guys, they're actually on that staircase, but wobbly model, they're clustered right there. So there's a line of them on those stairs, imagine. Scouts didn't move, and then this guy shifted up. Command point was spent on Wisdom of the Ancients. And then, you also spent 2 command points to make it so it's as if these guys have not moved.
Yep, so a little bit of a command point heavy turn.
Yeah.
That's how I like to play, though.
That's how it goes. But he's got a lot of things that can draw targets onto this tank, which he needs to kill for 5 points. So let's go on to the shooting phase. Kicking it off with the scouts taking a shot into my Ethereal tucked in here. He thought he was safe. And then these guys popped up out of the darkness. All right, so 5 shots.
Yep, 5 shots. They did not move, so Grim Resolve heading on 2s.
That's
wonderful.
That's good.
And 6s to hit don't do anything, I don't believe. However, 6s to wound
are
will do a mortal wound in addition.
Yeah.
So.
All right, 5 hits.
5 hits.
Only toughness 3, so 3s to wound. 6s are mortal wounds in addition.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
Oh no. How many
1.
wounds does he have?
He has 4 wounds. He does have 2 drones, so he can pass.
I'll command point one of those.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so 2 wounds. AP?
AP minus 1.
Okay, so I'm going to take these on the 2 marker drones, so 5 up saves. 1 drone dies. Okay, he survived 1 round of shooting. He's probably going to duck for cover soon. Coming back with the Dreadnought firing. He's fired everything but his heavy onslaught Gatling cannon into this squad. We've lost a Fire Warrior and 2 drones. I will also note that 5 did not save because we remembered its Devastator Doctrine and those guns are AP minus 2. So Ethereal Aun Lee is without any drone support. But we have the Onslaught Gatling cannon coming into the last 9 Fire Warriors.
So 12 shots, rerolling 1s, hitting on 3s. Got,
several 1s. Good call there. Okay.
Alright, so 4 miss.
That's pretty good.
Strength is 6, so when you want
2s, yeah.
So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7 at AP minus 2.
So 7, 6 up saves. I save 1, so 6 more die. There are 3 Fire Warriors left. Next, the Repulsor is opening up, splitting some fire. The Las Cannon and the Hunter Slayer missiles, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Going into our tank ace, and then all the small arms fire coming up into the stealth team. And let's start off, what are we shooting first here?
The Twin Las Cannon.
Alright.
So this will be on 3s. There we go.
2 hits.
Strength 9.
So toughness 7, so 3s to wound.
Ha!
Those Snake Eyes. And you've already spent a command point. Okay.
So now the Hunter Slayer missile.
Yeah.
3 up. Yep.
Got it.
Strength 10. So when you go
3s again.
There we go.
That hits.
AP minus 3.
Okay, this is a 6 up save. Which I fail.
D6 damage.
D6.
4 damage.
Nice, 4. Okay, he's down to 10 wounds left. Let's prep some dice for this small arms. Next up are the stealth suits. Starting off with some missile launchers.
Yeah, so the Frag Storm grenade launcher.
Grenade launchers, there we go.
I mean, assault D6 shots. I've got 5 of them. Minimum 3 shots, but they...
Wow, that's really good.
Yes, that's going to be 10, 15,
21 shots. Let's count up some dice. 21 shots, hitting on 4s since the stealth team is -1 to hit. Let's see what we got. Strength 4, toughness 4, 4s again. That was 5 wounds. The stealth team actually gets a 2-up save since there's no AP, but I'm going to try to take him on the shield drone, who have a 3-up armor save. Passes 2. Fails 1. He's got 1 wound left, 3 up. Okay, so the shield drone is alive on 1 wound, but there's more to come. Onslaught Gatling cannon coming out, 12 shots.
Yep, on 4s.
On 4s. Their stealth field technology is helping them.
And then on 3s. That's 2.
2 AP.
Minus 2.
Okay, so these will be, well, 1 at a time on the shield drone. For the first one, 4 up, saved it. 4 up, saved it. Okay, the shield drone is keeping us alive. Moving on to our heavy plasma intercessors. I will note the squad back here on the platform fired in, no damage. The shield drone made its invulnerable saves again. But you spend 2 CP on Weapons of the Dark Age to give them +1 damage as they fire in to our tank ace, who has 10 wounds left.
It's +1 strength and damage.
+1 strength as well. Okay, cool.
So 5 shots. I'm going to overcharge.
Yeah.
Make it strength 9.
The captain is under there, giving them reroll 1s, so.
So hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Oh, good lord. 1s into 1s, 1 dies.
Does explode.
Strength 9.
Toughness 7, so 3s to wound. I see 2 wounds. You've already spent a command point. What's the AP?
AP minus, right now, because Devastator Doctrine, 5.
Okay, so no save. So that's just 4 damage each?
Yeah, 4, 8, 12.
It was only 2, right?
No, it was 3.
It was 3? Okay, so he goes then. Does he explode? No, thank goodness. All right. We have the Warlord left to shoot and the Captain. That's about it. We are at the end of the Dark Angel turn. The Warlord fired everything into that little Fire Warrior squad. They did not survive. And the Captain did fire up. He ended up taking out the shield drone, who was being very protective of those stealth suits. I will also note it was only 2 wounds into the tank, so it is alive on 2 wounds left. But that is the conclusion of the Dark Angels. They do get 5 points for controlling this objective and their home objective, and they killed 1 unit for their grind them down secondary that they needed to get. But we will move on to T'au, turn 1. Objectives for Sunars. I also spent a command point and ditched Investigate Sight. I didn't want to have... I could have done that with my stealth team, but they wouldn't have been able to shoot, and I wanted them to shoot, so I spent a command point and dropped that. It got me Deploy Teleport Homer, which is another action that must be completed by a unit wholly within my opponent's deployment zone, so I cannot get that. Then I got Storm Hostile Objective. I have to take an objective controlled by my opponent, which the Warlord is sitting on an objective in the middle of the battlefield, so I could theoretically get one with that. And then a Tempting Target, which is my opponent chooses an objective in no man's land, and if I take it, I get 5 victory points. He selected the objective his Warlord is on, because I will get the other 2 pretty easily. So basically, if I can take that objective held by the Warlord, I will get 10 points this turn. Let's go on to movement. Movement has concluded for T'au Sept, Sunars over here. Mont Casa, everything that moved rolled an advanced roll. The Devilfish swung around just to come over here to this end after dropping off the Fire Warriors, who rolled a 6. So they were able to jump up onto that objective up top. Coming back, the stealth team did not move. They stayed stationary up top on that objective. Our broadside shifted forward along with our Hammerhead, our tank ace. I did pay a command point for backup AI, which gave him he's on his top profile essentially for this turn. Aun Lee, the Ethereal, shifted back to get cover from the snipers. These guys did not move, holding the objective. And finally, the Pathfinders shifted up, and they did fire their marker lights. They got 4 on the Warlord here in the center. Got 1 on the Plasma Incinerator, Heavy Plasma Incinerator. There we go. Those guys over there. And then they did hit the tank with 1 marker light. So that is where we sit. I did invoke both of my elements with him, Sense of Stone, to give the Pathfinders a 5-up, feel no pain. And I can't remember what it's called, but this one that gives me a free command point. So I got an extra command point, and the Pathfinders have a 5-up, feel no pain. I will also note that I used my Tank Ace ability on the Pathfinders, so they will, if they fire with something within 18 inches, get the effect of a marker light. So they basically have a free marker light to fire with. So the idea right now, with my objectives, 2 of them require me getting this objective here in the middle. So if I can shift him, I have 1 guy, this little guy, the Shazway here, within range of that objective, and I would score that, and that would give me 2 of my objectives, so I would get 10 points. And my 3rd objective, I'm not going to be doing this battle round. Starting off the shooting phase, we have the Pathfinder. Since they get a free marker light, they're just firing everything in to the commander. I did already shoot the Jurones, and they took 1 wound off. There was a command point spent on Skilled Riders to reduce my ballistic skill by 1, so the marker light gives me +1. -1 puts us back to 4s with the Pathfinders. Hitting on 4s, let's see. We got 9 hits, strength 5, toughness 6, so 5s to wound. And that is 3 wounds, no AP because of Armor of Contempt. So my Pulse Accelerator drone basically is doing nothing, since it gives them +1 AP.
No AP, 3 ups.
Ooh, fails
oh,
2.
Man. Okay.
The small arms, he's down to 5. After considerable debate, our tank ace is going to fire everything into the Warlord. I need to kill him, so we're going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to overcharge, gives him flat 3 damage since he has got 5 wounds. I'll only need 2 of these to get through, hopefully to kill him. But 2d3 shots. That's 4 shots. Hits. Normally hits on 3s with the marker light to 2s, with his Skilled Riders back to 3s. Alright, and I'll reroll the 1 with my targeting array. Okay, so no mortal wounds to himself, and they all wound. This is strength 8, toughness 6, so is he a vehicle?
I believe so.
Okay, so these will be 2s to wound, since he's a vehicle. and they all wound. Either way, they all wound because that's a 3, so I didn't roll any 2s. So it's 4. He's got a 4 up and vulnerable?
Yep.
So 4 4s. You gotta pass 3, or he dies. You pass them all. Okay.
Wonderful.
Terrific. We got 8 smart missile shots coming in. That was good. That was a clutch move there. The skilled riders coming into play. Yeah, hitting on 3s.
Oh.
That wasn't as good. I'll go ahead and re-roll one of these with T'au Sept. Still a 1. Okay, so we got 4 hits. And these are Strength 5, Toughness 6. So normally a 5, but he gets +1 to wound vehicles, so 4 up. So 3 at no AP. So 3 3s. And he makes all of those. It was 3 3s exactly. All right, our tank ace misses completely. Let's see what's next. Next up, the broadside. I am firing the heavy rail rifle shots over here. Command point was spent for smoke screen, so the marker light gets me back to my base ballistic skill of 4, and then the smart missiles are going in here. But we're going to start with the rail rifle. So these are 4s to hit. That's 1 hit. I will re-roll this with my T'au Sept re-roll. It misses. So 1 hit, strength 9, so a 3 to wound. It does wound. That's an automatic mortal wound, but you do get a 6 up save because of Armor of Contempt.
Watch the 6 up.
Oh, close. D3 plus 3. So you take 7 damage. The mortal wound plus the
Down
6.
to 9 wounds.
Down to 9 left. All right, and with that, the smart missiles now. That was a good shot. Smart missiles coming into the Warlord. These also hitting on 4s from command points. And I've already spent my reroll. So that's 4 hits. Strength 5, Toughness 6, so 5s to wound. That is 2 wounds. No AP because of your Armor of Contempt. So 2 3-up saves on the Warlord.
Did you do the -1 hit on him too?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good.
And he makes more. The pulse carbines up close got him, but the heavier stuff, he's dodging and weaving between the missiles. All right, let's go to our next target. Continuing our shooting, I spent 2 command points, Pulse Onslaught and Relentless Fusillade on this squad of Fire Warriors. So they get their full shots at their full range, 36 inches. They are firing down into the Warlord here. I also, with the other one, 6s to hit, automatically wound. So these are going to be 4s for marker light, etc. Okay, and then I'm going to spin my T'au Sept reroll. Okay, let's see what we get. That was 2 auto wounds, and then I need 5s on these 9. Okay, not too bad. All right, we got 5 more, so that's 7. And these will be 4-up saves because of the command point.
Can he do it? 1, 2, 3, 4,
5. That's exactly it.
I will command point one of them.
Yes.
Down to 4 command points for me.
This is to keep the Warlord alive. He got it. All right, 1 wound left. I do have my drones to fire in. We'll see what they can do. The artificial intelligence of the drone. I need 5s to hit. Oh, that was pretty solid. 4 5s. They do not benefit from the 6s to automatically wound, so it doesn't matter either way, but these are 5s to wound. No wounds. Okay, the drones aren't the heroes today. We'll have to see if something else can take out the Warlord. Next, we're getting risky here. I've selected the stealth team. The drone already fired it, had to shoot at the tank. It was the closest, nothing happened. One of these guys can't see the Warlord, so he and another burst cannon are going to fire over there at the Hell Blasters. And then the Fusion Blaster and the other 2 burst cannons are going down here. We're going to start with the Fusion Blaster. 4 to hit. I'll use my T'au Sept reroll. 4 to hit. It does hit. Strength 8. 3 to wound. I'm going to spend a command point.
This would be the last marker light, right?
Yes, this is the last marker light. Still doesn't wound. Okay. Bomber. And then 12 burst cannon shots, hitting on 4s. That was 7 hits, 5s to wound. That's 4 wounds, 4 3-up saves.
Heat him up, heat him up, heat him up. You can do this!
He does not do it. The Warlords out. And the last two stealth suits are firing at the Hellblasters. They will hit on 3s for the 1 marker light. I've already used my T'au Sept reroll. We've got 6 hits, and they did spend Transhuman. So these will be 4s to win. It did save you 1. 4 wounds, no AP. You're in cover. Oh yeah, 4, shoot. 3 wounds, no AP, and you're in cover. And
Good.
They're fine. Okay. We've got a little bit of small arms left. We'll see what happens. We finished up our shooting over here. The strike team and the Devilfish fired in. We took 1 wound off of an intercessor down there, but no other damage was done for the remaining of the shooting. And with that, the Tau do score 10 points for getting this objective. The 1 Shazway Pathfinder there is within range. So we got attempting target and storm hostile objective were the names of those two to score me 10 points. So at the end of battle round 1, it's Tau 10, Dark Angels 5. But let's see what the Dark Angels can do in turn 2. The new objective for the Dark Angels is area denial. I prevented them from getting grind them down last time. We each killed 1 unit. But area denial, he's got to get my stealth team out of the middle of the battlefield. Movement has concluded for the Dark Angels. Intercessors on the objective are staying still. Over here, the intercessors jumped out of the repulsor, moved up towards this objective, and the fire warriors guarding it. It shifted up to get pretty much line of sight on anything it wants to shoot. Over here, the Hellblasters, Captain, and the Scouts stayed put, and then the Dreadnought shifted forward so it can see pretty much everything in the Tau lines as well. Dark Angels got 5 points for primaries for holding 1 objective at the start of their command phase. And you did also spend a command point on Wisdom of the Ancients again on the Dreadnought for some re-rolling 1 action. But let's shift into the shooting phase. Kicking it off, the Snipers firing in to our tank ace. He's got 2 wounds left, so a couple 6s to wound and he blows up. So got to hit him first though.
On 2s.
That's it. These will be 5s to wounds, but 6s are mortal wounds.
Yahtzee!
There's 1, and that is the only. It's a mortal wound in addition, right?
Yep.
Okay, what's the AP? We're in tactical, so -1, right? Yep. Okay, he needs a 4-up or he's dead. Do I spend? Because this is 5 points. I'm going to spend a command point, since you would score 5 with that. All right, so this is my reroll for the turn. And it doesn't even help.
Yes!
Does he explode? No. Okay, it doesn't explode, but the tank ace is gone, and that's 5 points for bring it down. Next up, the Hellblasters targeting our broadside. They are overcharging, but no command points spent for Weapons of the Dark Age this time.
So, hitting on 2s.
They all hit.
They all hit. Wounding on 3s.
3s. Toughness 5. 3 wounds.
AP -4.
Okay, so we'll start with the drones. 4-up invulnerable saves. The drones, and they do a flat how much damage?
3.
Okay, so the drones are dead. And AP minus, what was it? I'm sorry?
4.
Okay, so a 6-up. Ooh.
Cool.
He saves it on his armor, but the drones are gone. Next, we have the repulsor. He is firing the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon.
Yep.
into the Ethereal. He rolled a 1 on his advance, so he couldn't keep up with these guys, so he was a bit exposed, but we had to move them up for the objective. So he is getting... it's gonna be bloody and disgusting over here, I think.
12 shots. Hitting on 3s.
That's
one miss.
real good there.
What's his toughness?
Only 3.
Okay, so 2s to wound. Oh.
Ooh, okay. And
2, 4, 6, 8 at AP -1.
Oh, 8. I could live. He could survive this. 8 at AP -1.
Yep.
So these are 6-up saves. Okay, he doesn't survive it. So the Gatling cannon spools up and unleashes a torrent of fire. Just as he collapses to the ground, a hover drone scoops in and ushers the wounded Aun Lee off the battlefield.
Quick fire at the hover drone!
We have the frag storm grenade launchers now coming into the broadside. 5d6
All right.
Oh, that's another really good one.
So that's 6, 12, 18, 20.
20. Okay, one less than last time, but still very good. We have no drone support left, just a 2-up armor save and 8 wounds to keep the broadside alive.
All right. On 3s.
Okay.
On
Toughness
5.
5, yep.
That's going to be
2, 3.
3 at AP 1.
So 3 3-ups.
That's what I like to see.
Failed 2, and I've already spent a command point to reroll something. So he's down to 6 wounds left.
So up next we've got the Crack Storm Grenade Launcher.
Okay.
Assault 1. Hits.
Hits.
Wounds. AP minus 2 because of that Assault Doctrine.
Assault Doctrine. So 4-up. Also fails.
D3 damage. Or 3 damage.
He's got 3 wounds left. Not looking good for the broadside.
Twin las cannons.
As, yes, las cannons.
1 hits. 1 wounds. AP minus 3.
5-up. Okay, and you need a 3. That's a 3. All right, the broadside crumples as the lasers burn through the core of the suit. The Dreadnought has been firing in to the Pathfinders. He's killed 2 Pathfinders and cleared all of the drones. His last gun, the Onslaught Battle? What's it? Onslaught?
Yeah, heavy onslaught Gatling cannon.
That's it. A lot of words.
On 3s.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And then on 2s because it's strength 6.
Mm-hmm. 2's wound. That's 2 more wounds.
Oh, my bad.
You're good.
So that's going to be 6 at AP minus 1.
Okay, 6 6s. There are 8 of them left. I make 1, so 5 more die. There are 3 Pathfinders remaining. We just remembered I do have Sense of Stone on the Pathfinders. They do have a 5-up Feel No Pain. So 5s to bring some Pathfinders back from the brink. Saves 1. Okay, so that's what you get when you forget things. Next up, the Intercessor Squad. Firing up into the stealth team. Boulder Discipline is a thing we forgot about last time, but they get max shots since they didn't move.
So they get +1 to hit, but you're -1 to hit.
Yep.
So they're hitting on 3s. Pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Then strength 4.
Toughness 4, so 4s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
At AP minus 2 because we're in the Tactical Doctrine.
Yes, and they get +2 to their armor save for being actually AP -2. We'll start with the drone. So he's got a 4-up save, which would be a 3-up, -2 to a 5-up. Drone's alive. Drone's
Stop
alive.
it.
Drone's dead. Okay, and then 2 3-up saves on the stealth team, which I make both. Okay, so the drone's gone. Stealth boys are alive. Both Intercessor squads that came out of the repulsor fired up. There are 3 Pathfinders left. Command points are being spent. Rapid fire, is that what it's called?
Yep.
So these guys are going to shoot again into the stealth team.
10 shots.
On 3s. That was good.
Yeah. Then on 4s.
4s.
Not as
Not
good.
as good.
Got 4 at
4.
-2.
4 3-up saves. I fail 1. 1 takes a wound. All right.
Oh, they have 2 wounds apiece?
They are 2
Oh, I
wounds
thought
each.
they were one each.
Shooting has concluded with the captain firing in. No damage dealt to the stealth team. But we are in the charge phase. In the Dreadnought, with the terrain, it's a 12-incher. But I'm not firing Overwatch, so nothing to lose.
All right.
Boxcars.
Let's see it.
Not boxcars.
All right, and that's all my charges.
Yes, and
I
then-
will charge with this unit up to here.
All right, I am not going to fire Overwatch with these 3 dudes.
Let me measure that real
Yeah,
quick.
we'll get the measurement here. The first squad needs an 8-inch charge to get up to the fire warriors. That is an 11. They are in. They made it in with an 11. The other squad also followed in behind. These guys can't fight. They are within an inch horizontally and 5 inches vertically. These are 4 inches up these platforms. So we'll see some dead Fire Warriors here in a moment. I scrapped my other objective at the end of my previous turn, so I've got 3 now. Battlefield Supremacy. I have to control 3 objectives and more than my opponent, which I do. Bring it down. I have to kill the tank. And Area Denial. I have to have a unit wholly within 12 inches of the center of the battlefield, which I do in the stealth team. And then the tank is within 12 inches of the center, so I have to kill the tank. Killing it gives me 2 objectives. Movement phase is done for the T'au Sept. This firework team did move, holding that objective. The middle is where most of the action happened. You can see Skyfire and her crisis team have landed just as Ethereal Aun Lee was evacuated from the field. She has come in to take control of the situation. I spent 2 command points on drop threat acquisition so the crisis team can reroll all their hits. And then the Pathfinders, I did recon sweep, so gave them +1 to hit on their marker lights, and they got to make a normal move afterward. So that's where they end up. They got 3 marker lights on the tank and 1 on the dreadnought. But everything, 10 points I'll get if I can blow this guy up this turn. I did get 15 for primaries for holding 3 objectives, 1 up here, this one here in my command phase, and this one back here. So with that, it's 25 to 10 currently, but that score will definitely be changing at the end of this turn. Let's go into the shooting phase. Skyfire is here, and she has taken charge. She knows this tank needs to go if we have any chance to win. So she's going to kick off the shooting phase. Everything, 3 fusion blasters and a pulse rifle into the tank. This is going to be 2s to hit. Did spend a command point on smoke screen again. Puts it to 3, but with the marker light, she's back to 2s to hit. So these are the fusion blasters. They all hit. These are strength 8, toughness 8, forced wound. I'll use my T'au Sept reroll. And I'll use, do I spend a command point immediately? I want to spend a command point. I'm not going to spend the command point. Okay, so that's 1 at -4, but -3 because of your fancy armor.
6 up.
Oh, huge. All right. The pulse rifle hits on a 2. I've already spent my T'au Sept reroll. This would be a flat 3. I'm going to save the reroll again. I'm going to let the crisis team take it out. Even if the pulse rifle hits, it's not going to blow the tank up. All right, let's move on to the crisis team. The drones here with the crisis team have already fired. They had to shoot into the dreadnought. They took 2 wounds off. They did take the marker light away from it, though, unfortunately. But everything else from the crisis team firing in here. Oh, I will also note, I fired the devilfish in. I was fishing for just a single wound, then I could spend a command point on focused fire to give me +1 to wound, but I couldn't do any damage. So we're going to start with the fusion blasters. 6 shots hitting on 3s up to 4s because of the command point spent on smokescreen. Rerolling everything. Okay, that's good so far. 4s. Okay, 5 hits. That is good. But 4s to wound. That was as bad as it gets. We do have T'au Sept to reroll. Doesn't help. And you are not the closest unit, so I don't get to reroll 1s for Montcalm. That's unfortunate. Let's see. We have 6 shots from the missiles now. I've already spent my reroll. I reroll everything for hits, though. Okay, well, that was good. These are only strength 7, though, so 5s. That is 1 wound at AP minus, what would be AP -1, because it's normally 2.
I'm okay.
And he doesn't even fail. Okay, that's a big swing for the Armor of Contempt. Didn't mention it on screen. I was just shock and disbelief. I did spend a command point Fire and Fade on Skyfire, so she hopped back behind these to get a little protection from the scout snipers up top. And then difficult decisions had to be made because I really needed this gone. That was everything I needed to just get rid of this. So I could fire at it with the scout or with the stealth team. They're not going to kill it, and they'd be hitting on 5s. So I've elected they're going to fire everything down into the dreadnought just to clear him. Hopefully, get salvage something from this turn. That way, I'll prevent a big charge coming into my lines and wrecking everything. So we'll start with the fusion blaster hitting on a 4. That misses. I'll spend my T'au Sept reroll. It does hit. Strength 8, toughness 7 on those guys. 3 is to wound. It does wound. AP minus 4, so AP minus 3.
6 up.
Fail. So D6 for 5. And he reduces damage by 1.
Yep, so down to 2 wounds.
2 wounds remaining. And then we've got 24 burst cannon shots coming in. 3 wounds got through. 3 3-up saves.
Oh,
he fails too. There are no command points left. He crumples down. The honored ancient brother falls. They will recover a sarcophagus, I'm sure.
That's big because he was going to wipe them out next turn.
Preventing the charge into all of this, yeah, that would have been bad news. Okay, we've got, I think, some small arms fire remaining with the Fire Warrior squad. We'll see what happens. Last thing to fire, the Fire Warriors are going to shoot up at the scouts. I did spend a command point on Relentless Fusillade, so they get their full 20 shots at this range. And the back guy is just in range there. The drones won't be able to target anything. But we will be hitting on 4s. I'll save my reroll. 9 wounds got through. It's a 3-up save here.
And
looks like 3.
3 will die.
3 will die. Okay. And that is the end of the shooting phase for the T'au. Just when you thought the T'au turn was over, I am going to charge the Devilfish into the repulsor. It's a 5-inch charge. That is a 7. I am in to combat. As expected, no damage done in the combat, the tanks ramming into each other. But that does conclude battle round 2. T'au score 5 points for Battlefield Supremacy, because I held 3 objectives. Putting them at 30 points. The Dark Angels got 10 points at the end of the round for Grind Them Down. 5 points at the end of the round, and they scored 5 on their secondary earlier. So it makes it 30-20 with the T'au in the lead, but the Dark Angels are going to score 10 as soon as their turn starts with the primary objectives. New objectives for the Dark Angels. They need to secure No Man's Land, hold 2 objectives or more in No Man's Land to get that one. So they're going to have to fight for one that I control. Hold the line. They'll get this one because I don't have anybody within 6 inches of their deployment. And then finally, another Battlefield Supremacy. So they need to hold 3 objectives at the end of their turn. We'll see what happens. Movement has concluded for the Dark Angels. They did score 10 points for the primaries for holding 2 objectives. And the 1 command point they got at the beginning of the round was spent so that this tank can fall back and still shoot. So that's going to be big news for them. These guys stayed still, as did these guys over here, holding objectives. Hellblasters and the captain down below. Scouts all stationary. So the only thing moving is the tank and the appearance of these guys. These guys are called what? Something or other?
Inceptors.
Inceptors. Okay, so they've hopped down, eyeing up this objective here in the middle because they do need to get a No Man's Land objective. So let's go on to the shooting phase. Part of the way through the shooting phase, all of the intercessor squads, these 2, this one, and the scouts fired into the stealth team. There are only 2 left, one of them on 1 wound. The tank fired everything into the crisis squad. They took out all the drones but 1 shield drone. And that brings us to the Inceptors. Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Okay, and they're firing everything also into this squad of crisis suits.
How many wounds apiece do they have?
They're 4 each.
4 each. Okay. I will overcharge these guys.
Okay.
All right. So they have 2 plasma exterminators each. Mm-hmm. So they are D3 shots apiece. So first guy, 2 D3 shots. All right. He'll kill himself.
Is that the number of shots?
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, that's number of shots.
So yeah, he's not dead.
Never mind.
2 shots for him.
So 2 shots. Next guy will have
3 shots.
3 in total. Next guy will have 3,
5.
4, 5.
Nice.
4, 5. So first guy has 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
He does not kill himself, and he hits both times.
Mm-hmm.
Second guy has, I'll do him as the second guy.
Yeah.
He has 3 shots. Does not kill himself and hits.
Nice.
This guy has 5 shots. He's probably going to blow himself up.
He does.
Indeed.
And
But he
hits
does
3
hit
times.
3 times.
So that is 8 hits. Oh no, 8 hits, so 3s to wound. That was good.
So it's going to be 2,
7.
4, 6, 7 at AP minus 3.
AP minus 3, 7 saves to make. Need this shield drone to save us. 4 up. 4 up. Okay, shield drone's dead. 5 saves left at AP minus
3.
So 5 6s here. I make 2, fail 3.
So that's going to be 2 damage apiece.
Okay, so 1 is dead and 1 takes 2 damage. Finishing up the shooting, the captain fired in to try to get that last wound, but he did not hit the stealth field technology, saving them. Now we have 4 shots from the Hellblasters, trying to finish off this stealth team.
So 4 shots, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s.
Not overcharging because it doesn't matter.
When you on 2s?
On 2s?
Yep, they're strength 8.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 4 minus 4.
4 at minus 4. I have a base save of 3, which puts me at a 1, back to a 5 because I get plus 2. And dead and dead. And I've already spent a command point reroll. I think. Did I already spend my reroll? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. They are wiped out. Okay. Let's see what's next. In the charge phase, the final 2 Inceptors are charging the Pathfinders. I spent a command point on photon grenades, which subtracts 2 from their charge roll, so they will need an 11 to get in here.
All right, let's see it.
Oh, that's close. You don't have a command point to reroll, so we survive the charge, but the damage was done. The stealth team is eliminated. We lost a crisis suit. Another one is down to half wounds. Let's check the objectives to see what we got. My new objective is hold the line. It's going to be pretty much impossible to get. I'm still needing to bring it down. I need to kill that tank. Let's see the movement. Not a lot of movement to do here for the T'au. Few assets left. I did advance the Devilfish over here, so to get into the Dark Angel deployment zone to hopefully stop them from getting hold their line, I think. Yeah, hold the line is the objective. Up here in the middle, I shifted my 2 crisis suits in, so they are wholly within 12 inches of the center of the battlefield. So again, if I can take out this tank, I will get 10 points, and that does have 2 marker lights. That's what that green die is there for. Over here, we shifted a little bit to reinforce this objective with the remaining units, and we did also fire a marker light into these guys over here. And finally, the troops in the back have stayed still. They will be able to unload onto those Inceptors down there to hopefully clear this quarter of the battlefield. Let's go into shooting phase. I started off, the Devilfish fired into the Hellblasters, nothing happened. On to the important stuff. The 2 crisis suits are firing into the tank. They do have Skyfire's Warlord trait exemplar of the Mont Ka, so they get to reroll all their wounds. They are just outside of 6 inches though, so no rerolls on the hit here. Hitting on 3s with the marker light. Okay, hitting on 3s with the marker light. I'm going to go ahead and reroll one of these with T'au Sept. Didn't help. Okay, 4 hits. 4s to wound. I can reroll all of these. It's 3 wounds. AP minus 4, so 6 up save because of Armor of Contempt. Fail them all, so that is
D6 plus 3,
D6
right?
plus 2 on each of these. So that is dead. Does he blow up though? Cocked. Does not explode. Alright, so the tank has been cleared from our lines. The missiles just impact into its cratered frame. End of the battle round. I did spend a command point on Relentless Fusillade on these Fire Warriors. Between them and the Pathfinders, we were able to clear the Inceptors. My commander's drones fired up at the scouts. They were the closest thing. His fusion blasters were out of range of everything, so he fired 1 pulse rifle shot at the Hellblasters, and they made their save. But at the conclusion of battle round 3, it's currently 50 points for the T'au, 30 points for the Dark Angels. Let's see battle round 4. Objectives for the Dark Angels. We've got Raise Banner. still holding the line and battlefield supremacy. Shooting is underway for the Dark Angels. These guys have already fired in. Did no damage. Then the Hellblasters fired in, took 9 wounds off the tank. It's got 2 remaining. Mastercrafted bolt gun, bolt rifle, whatever it's called, firing in to try to finish off the Devilfish. This will score some points.
Putting on 2s.
They all hit.
What do you want? 5s?
5s. This is the tricky part. 1 wound.
1 at -1.
-1. So this is a 4-up save or death. I want a command point, reroll it. I've got 1 left now. It doesn't work. All right. His explosion is only 6 inches. It won't hit anybody. Doesn't work. Okay. So they cleared their lines. After the captain fired in, the scouts fired in, tried to take the drones out there with Skyfire, but they did not wound. And that concludes the Dark Angels' turn. They get 5 points for Raise the Banners, and they are currently holding their line. As long as no T'au units get within their deployment zone, they will get another 5 points. So currently it is 50 to the T'au, 45 to the Dark Angels. 3 fresh objectives for the T'au. I dropped Hold Their Line at the end of my last turn. I've got Raise Banner, so I can do an action to get 5 points, grind them down, kill more than my opponent, and extend battle lines. I have to hold my home objective and an objective in No Man's Land, which I do, so I should get at least 5 points for secondaries. We are at the end of the T'au turn. I raised banners back here to get 5 points. We were also able to get extend battle lines by holding my home objective and a center field objective. I spent 1 command point on recon sweep, so they fired and tucked in here to hide. And then with the marker light support, we were able to wipe out the scouts and the Hellblasters, which gave me 10 points plus my 10 for the primaries. And with that, the T'au lead has grown a bit. The Dark Angels will get 10 points at the start of their next turn. Let's go on to the cards for the Dark Angels. After primary objectives, scores 70 for the T'au, 60 for the Dark Angels. And with this draw, this is going to be the end. They can defend their stronghold to get 5 points to bring it within 5. They cannot reach the center of the battlefield to investigate the site, and they would have to kill 3 of my units in shooting. Even if they could, to get 10, that would draw at 70, but the T'au would then get at least 5 for the primaries, making it 75 to 70 at the end of battle round 5. We'll come back with a recap. So at the conclusion of the battle, Skyfire and the Crisis Suits landed here, took control of the situation, and were able to push the Dark Angels back out of this facility to regain some ground for the T'au, so that hopefully they can launch their own offensive to clear Alan's respite of the Dark Angels. Okay, that concludes our game. It was actually, I really enjoyed this one. It's one of the, unfortunately, closer games I've had so in recent memory with 9th edition. Alpha striking is just so potent in this edition, and we didn't see that this game. We both kind of whiffed on our opening turn, which enabled it to balance out a little bit better, I think, down the line. But I will say this, first of all, Tempest of War, I'm loving it so far. This is my first Tempest of War game that I've got to play this edition, so it's really good. I think I'll be doing a lot more Tempest of War. That was really fun. It was really dynamic. The game shifted. Things had to be changed, like moving my Devilfish into enemy territory to try to deny it. It got blown up, but those kind of moves probably wouldn't happen otherwise. So that was really cool. Really enjoyed it. And it really came down to bottom of turn 3, I think, is when it shifted a little bit. We were talking about the T'au were able to eke out a little bit of a lead, and the objectives just didn't come to the Dark Angels the way they needed to. And I cleared the center area, which is where this objective was, and this objective was in a difficult spot to get to for anybody other than my my stealth team flying up there at the beginning of the game. So it made it hard for the Dark Angels to get on 3 objectives to get those sweet 15-point primary rounds. How do you think it went?
It was a great game up until like we said, the bottom of turn 3. You got a lead and just a little lead, and then you ran with it.
Yeah.
So basically you blew up everything on the board that was able to, actually do some damage to you.
Yeah.
And just I was out of range, and your secondaries played so much better into what you needed to do than versus what I needed to do. So, yeah, no, it was a great game. I mean, like, that's just how Tempest of War goes sometimes, though.
Yeah. The card draws, yeah. I mean, it's random because it's a dice game, obviously, but you're also depending on that deck of cards, and that's what, at the bottom of turn 3, it wasn't necessarily that I was, dominating the board or anything, but the next objectives that I drew versus the next objectives that you drew, I think is really what put me ahead and late enough in the game that there wasn't a lot you could do to come back.
Really, what the whole game came down to was me trying to get this objective, and you just somehow holding it the entire time,
continuing to push you away.
Even though I got close multiple times, you said no.
Yeah, I said no. The huge whiff whenever I deep struck Skyfire and the Crisis teams on the tank. Whenever I didn't wound it at all, I was like, oh my gosh, I got really fortunate when these guys missed their charge, and also when the Dreadnought missed a charge earlier in the game. If either of those charges would have triggered, this would have been vastly different, as you would have.
It was also that Dreadnought dying was a huge blow.
Yeah, that made up for some stuff when I couldn't kill the tank, taking out the Dreadnought, which is a huge boost for the T'au. But Sunars have won the day. They've pushed the Dark Angels back, but the Dark Angels are not gone. They are still on the world, and the T'au need to remove them utterly, and the Dark Angels need to find this fallen. But we appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching, subscribing, liking. All those things are great. If you can do those, that would be much appreciated. We definitely appreciate any support you can lend. But until next time, have fun.